Hello everyone, Coin Collector here. Today we're going to be looking at the Cartwheel Penny, the largest penny ever issued in the United Kingdom. So one of the things that I collect in my collection is actually pennies throughout British history, because they have such a different style throughout the period. So often, older pennies are silver hammered, and then on very small silver milled coins, and then it went on to be copper like this, and nowadays, they're copper-plated steel. So I thought we'd have a quick look at the Cartwheel Penny, which is the biggest. They did actually make a Cartwheel 2 penny as well, which I don't have in my collection, but I do have a very Cartwheel, effectively half penny. So these were issued during George III's reign. So George III reigned from 1760 until 1820. The reason why these were needed is because during his reign, counterfeiting of the coinage, as it were, was particularly high, and there was a severe shortage of smaller denomination coinage, such as the penny and the 2-penny pieces, which were initially silver, but they're very small, and we didn't really mint enough of them. So it was decided that eventually these coins would be issued, made up of such a large amount of copper that they would actually have some value. They were actually minted, you can see it on this coin, at the Soho Mint. So that above the 7 you can see the word Soho, the Soho Mint in Birmingham. During this period, the 18th century, copper tokens were issued throughout the country to make up for the lack of smaller denomination coinage. And the Soho Mint was one of these major token producing mints, and they produced a lot of them. And then they started lobbying the government and His Majesty the King to have the right to issue an actual coin in the realm, not just tokens. So eventually they got that permission, and so in 1797 they got the permission to mint the Cartwheel 2-penny, Cartwheel Penny, and the half-penny, which is interesting because this is also the first ever English coin to be struck on a steam-powered machine, effectively. So that's another piece of its history, all on its own. So the coin itself weighs, or when it was brand new, weighed about 28.3 grams of copper. Its diameter is about 36 millimeters, which, just to show you how large that actually is, I have here a 1 ounce Britannia coin, modern obviously. Look at the size. It is pretty much the same size for those people who collect silver out there, so you can visualize it. It is massive. So as I said, it's made at the Soho Mint. About 8.6 million of these were minted. So not a very small mint, it's actually quite a large one. So the condition they are in obviously affects the value, and quite a lot of them. So of the 3 here, this is the most worn here in my collection. You barely make out the King's details there on the face. This one's slightly better, Nick. See, the Britannia's slightly better. You can actually see the ship down in the corner, which a lot of people miss. Then the King's actually got some quite nice details on this side. Then the one in the best condition, I think, although it's got some weird tarnishing at the top, the actual detail on this coin is the best. There you can see. So the designs were done by Conrad Culture. So obviously you've got Britannia sitting down holding a wreath with 10 leaves on, or in the 2 pennies case, 12 leaves. So you've got the shield with the United Kingdom flag, and then you've got the ship as well. There are some minor differences between the pennies themselves, and it basically depends on whether the cannon ports on the ships, which you need a magnifying glass to look at, are open or closed, and how many of them there are. But they don't affect the value too much. So, obviously he's got the nickname Cartwheel Penny, because if you look at the edge, it's completely smooth, no writing, no hashes or anything. So, as you're going along, you can sort of imagine it being cartwheel. So as I said, this was particularly unique because the previous penny coins, had all been thin, small silver coins. And this is obviously copper and absolutely massive for a coin. This is the biggest coin ever issued, well, for standard circulation by the Royal Mint in British history. So another thing to add would be, so if we have a look at the halfpenny, similar design here. Obviously this one's not in the best of condition. This one's from 1807, so slightly later, but still George III. So this would obviously go with this. They're not. So this actually has slightly more than half the amount of copper in that, but that's not too relevant. They wanted to keep them about the same size because they didn't really want it too much smaller. So if you have a look, they're pretty similar still, although this is a lot lighter, and there's a completely different edge, if you've noticed. So the edge is actually indented, and it's got mills. However, these coins are actually completely unsuccessful. So they were basically stopped. They weren't used beyond George III's reign, and not really towards the end of it. Obviously, the main reason why they're unsuccessful is just they're too big. No one would carry these around. I mean, once you've got 3 of them, you know, it's quite a lot of weight. It's still only 3 pence here. I mean, you could barely get a loaf of bread for that. But yeah, so ultimately, although unsuccessful, they are a very interesting piece of British numismatic history, especially as they were the first of the first ever coin to be released for general circulation that was made by a steam-powered machine. So yeah, remember to like the video, everyone. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Lots more videos coming up. I'm going to do another one on American grading coin soon. Some more silver videos. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Thank you very much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave any comments down below.